summertime day, but there are some changes on the horizon, especially looking ahead to this weekend. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s, but for today, we're looking at temperatures into the mid 80s. Lots of sunshine, not a lot of wind. Out of the southeast, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. In Grand Forks, warming up into those mid 80s as well. Plentiful sunshine, breeze out of the south. For tomorrow, we are still looking at a marginal risk for severe, a level 1 out of 5 into the afternoon and evening hours. Lesser chance off to the west, so parts of the Devil's Lake Basin, the furthest extent of our viewing area, no longer seeing that severe threat. It's shifted a little bit further to the east. Now, we have a flannel alert for the weekend. As we talked about, those temperatures are only going to be in the 60s, but Austin, it's not fall quite yet. We'll talk more about when temperatures rebound here in just a bit.
Not quite yet, but on the way. Thanks, Summer.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. Let's get a check of your headlines today. Looking at rain and thunder returning for tomorrow, and not just that, but a slight risk, a level 1 for severe thunderstorms. The flannel alert that we talked about just a little bit ago, it'll feel fallish for the weekend, but then it's not fall yet. We'll see temperatures recover throughout next week. Talking first about our severe risk for tomorrow. Almost our entire area highlighted in a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe, meaning isolated severe storms possible. With any severe storms that develop, the tornado risk is low, but non-zero. Hail up to the size of golf balls and gusts up to 70 miles per hour are going to be the primary threats with any storms that develop for tomorrow. So let's take a look at the timing. For today, generally quiet, chance for a few light showers up in northeastern North Dakota, otherwise fairly dry until later tonight. A few more showers across the north, and then by tomorrow morning, seeing some areas of rain in the northern valley and across North Dakota, a few across northern Minnesota. Into the afternoon, we continue to see cloud cover. We continue to see areas of rain, and that is going to limit our instability a bit. So because of the cloud cover, because of the showers earlier in the day, the severe threat for the later afternoon and evening not looking as impressive as it was even just 24 hours ago. But with that potential is still there to see some isolated severe storms for the late afternoon and evening before we clear out by about 10, 11 o'clock. Temperatures for today, it's going to be another warm and muggy day. 79. Roseau, Bemidji, and Alexandria, so just a touch cooler in a few of our Minnesota locations. 85 in Fargo, 86 in Aberdeen, 83 Grand Forks, Devil's Lake, 84 in Rolla. For tomorrow, temperatures pretty similar. Will be maybe a degree or two cooler by the late afternoon hours. Around 81 in Bemidji and Wadena, 83 in Valley City and Wahpeton, 80 in Thief River, 84 in Grand Forks. So we're still in the 80s for today and tomorrow. A little cooler on Friday, but by the time we get to the weekend, high temperatures are only going to be in the 60s. So I felt it was fitting to put the fall leaves on the background here. Temperatures on Saturday, mid and upper 60s. A few degrees cooler on Sunday as well, along with a little bit of a breeze, mostly sunny skies. Putting this all together in your planning forecast, warm the next couple of days. 70s for Friday, a little bit breezy, 60s breezy for the weekend, so feeling a little bit crisp in the mornings too. 48 on Sunday morning, 47 on Monday morning. I feel like I'm gonna fly away with these sleeps. But next week, temperatures warming back up. We got some 70s Monday, Tuesday, back into the mid 70s for Wednesday and Thursday. And Austin, we've got 80 degrees back on the board for next Saturday.
Yeah, fall is right around the corner, it seems like.
Yeah, and this 11-day gets us through the 30th of August. Meteorological fall starts on September 1st.
Does it really?
It does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The more you know. Thanks, Summer. Well,
we're going to have this warm air mass in place across the western half of the country until about Friday. Then a much cooler air mass from Canada is going to arrive and peak in our region on Sunday afternoon. Going to be a little crisp across the region. Then that cooler air mass, the heart of it, moves off to the east, but we stay a little bit on the cooler side. So temperatures this weekend. Check out tomorrow morning's low 61, 67 Thursday morning. That's warmer than Sunday's high temperature of 66. So a big change anticipated into the weekend. But as we said, it's not fall quite yet. We have more 70s and even an 80 degree on the board for next week as we're already getting ready to round out August. And I mentioned earlier, Austin, that the first day of meteorological fall is on September 1st, but the equinox is on September 22nd.
Oh, lots to look forward to in these coming days.
Fall is almost in the air. You can just smell it off in the distance.
Thanks, Summer. That's all the time we have at noon. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.
As we're wrapping up this Wednesday and heading into our evening, tomorrow around this time, we'll be watching for the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Right now, most of our region, aside from our westernmost counties in eastern North Dakota, under a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe, which means isolated severe storms may be possible. We'll talk more about the timing and the hazards in your main weather forecast in a few minutes. But for this evening, get out and enjoy, if you can, with all those mosquitoes. Temperatures remain in the low 80s through the dinner time hour and then eventually into the 60s through the overnight, the early overnight period, but we remain dry. One thing we're going to see is the wind remaining a little bit elevated overnight out of the south. That should help to mitigate the fog chances into tomorrow morning after several mornings of fog. This weekend is going to be fallish. Courtney, temperatures only in the 60s. We'll see how long this sticks around here in just a couple minutes.
Okay. All right, Summer, thank you.
In the forecast for tomorrow, we'll have the hour-by-hour forecast and a look ahead to. Welcome back, everyone. Looking at our headlines for tonight, right now we've got beautiful clear skies. We've got some rain and thunder, more clouds on the way for tomorrow. An isolated or marginal risk for severe for tomorrow as well, and even a few areas north later tonight. A flannel alert for the weekend. It'll feel fall-ish, but don't worry, fall's not here yet. Temperatures will start to warm back up next week. First, looking at our storm risk. This is a level 1 out of 5 risk from the Storm Prediction Center for mostly all of our region. Those areas in the lightest green right here, that's where we could see a couple of storms later tonight, as well as across northeastern North Dakota. Overall, we're looking at a low risk for tornadoes. For tomorrow afternoon and evening, the greatest threats are going to be golf ball size hail and damaging gusts up to 70 miles per hour. So we've got a warm front that is to our north. That's been responsible for our warm conditions the last couple of days. There's a cold front off to the west. Heading into tomorrow, that cold front is going to track into our region. As far as the storm threat for tonight, right along the international border is where we could see a strong to severe thunderstorm during the overnight hours. Gusts to 60, quarter-size hail would be the threats there. Waking up, we'll see some areas of rain, some cloudy conditions, and that may inhibit our severe potential later on in the day. But regardless, we're still looking at rain and thunderstorm chances. Just will they be severe thunderstorms? Will that instability have a chance to redevelop after the morning rain and cloud cover? Rainfall potential really not looking that impressive. Not much color here. We're looking at less than a half an inch. In fact, maybe a couple of tenths at most from the rain and storms for tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon, generally in the 80s, a few 70s like 79 in Thief River, 78 in Roseau and Langdon, 81 in Devils Lake and Oaks, 85 Fargo, 84 Fergus Falls, and 86 in Aberdeen. We've been warm the last couple of days. Tomorrow again in the 80s, but heading into the weekend, that roller coaster is going to be on its way down. We'll see high temperatures in the 60s. As far as Saturday, it's going to be the warmest day with a couple locations hitting 70. Sunday going to be the coolest of the extended forecast. We'll take a look at that full extended forecast, your 7 and 11 days, right after the break. Here's how the next 7 days are shaping up. Tomorrow, warm, a little muggy with some rain and some thunderstorms. More sunshine by the time we get to Friday, highs in the 70s. It'll be a little bit breezy, winds gusting into the 20-mile-per-hour range. Gusts closer to 30 by Saturday and then back into the 20s on Sunday with high temperature of just 66. Tomorrow morning's low is 67. So we're going to wake up tomorrow morning warmer than our high temperatures for Sunday. So fallish, but then we warm back up. 70 on Monday, 72 Tuesday, back into the mid 70s for Wednesday and Thursday. And all the while we're trending dry aside from the storm chances tomorrow. Courtney, a couple of sprinkles, some light rain showers on Saturday, mostly on the Minnesota side. Looking good for the next 11 days. This is the quietest forecast we've had since the spring, I think.
Yeah, I was telling Russ that you guys deserve it. We all deserve it.
Yeah, we
but
need a break.
I think of you guys a lot too.
Thanks.
Summer, thanks.